Well, I'm out on my last ride before I get my treatment going, but I got some really pretty encouraging news about the e-bike industry, so stick around. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're going to get this ride in. I think this is my last chance before some rain comes in and I got to go in for that silly treatment. But I was kicking around there a little bit and I found out some extremely encouraging news on the e-bike industry. It seems, let's take a look here at something. You guys all know what I think of my bike. All right. This is for a lot of you new subscribers that maybe don't know what I ride. But what we have here is a Trek Marlin 7 with a mid-drive Bafang kit on it. And I guess Trek took a hint from me because they are now making their Marlin line available as an e-bike. Boy, you talk about some exciting news. When I heard that, I thought, wow, that is phenomenal. I couldn't wait to get a look at the specs, and I looked online, and well, the specs are not even available online yet. They don't have these bikes listed. Well, that guy seems to be going pretty slow back there, so I think I can make it up here before he does. So but I did find out some things about them. What's next, Blaine? You're going to run out and buy one? No, actually, I'm not. Wow, this is really exciting for the e-bike world. This was one I did not see coming at all. I think they missed the mark, at least here in the United States. Now, these are already available in Europe. Maybe they're not even going to be coming to the States, or they're going to be in very limited quantities here in the States. But let me tell you what they have. And we're cruising along here because this is I just really felt like moving out today pretty good. So we're cruising along pretty nice, but holy cow, would you look at this beautiful day. I mean, it don't get a whole lot prettier, but it does get a little warmer around here. I brought my backpack with me just in case it got too warm and I had to dump this hoodie that I got. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Matter of fact, I think I threw them winter gloves in there. I don't think I'm going to have to stop and change them, but I might if I keep rolling quickly, because when you get to rolling up around 20 miles an hour mark and stay in there, why, it can cool off quick. But anyway, back to Trek. Get out of the rabbit hole, Blaine. Get out of the rabbit hole. I looked at the specs on them, and we're talking a 250 watt, which is standard for a mountain bike, quite frankly. And the Marlin series is a entry-level mountain bike. It's an entry-level hardtail mountain bike And so I wasn't expecting it to be big. But the other real deal breaker that I think they've made a mistake with is you cannot remove the battery, or at least without tearing the bike apart. That's a problem, and I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of people here in the United States. Now, their E-caliber bike is the next step up for the mountain bikes, and it probably has a dropper post. It has a better fork than the MARLIN e-bike, which is actually a very good fork, and I think it has a better drivetrain system as far as the derailleur and whatnot is concerned as well. But both of them have a clutch, you know, to keep that chain from slapping around so much and things like that. I think the ECOTRIC has 4-piston brakes on it, which I'll kind of go a little bit down a rabbit hole. You know, I was saying I would like to see these 4-piston brakes become more common on all bikes, and I had several people that thought, well, my bike, I can just about lock it up. It stops real good. And you can stop just as fast. I see all these tests with mechanical brakes versus disc brakes or hydraulic brakes. And I'll clue you, you can stop just as quick on a mechanical brake bike as you can on a disc brake bike. But it takes a lot more of your effort in order to do that. And so many of these bikes just have they don't have pistons coming in on both sides. Some of them only have a piston coming on one side, so you just squeeze the brakes that way. Others, you got 2 of them come in, and then you got some others that have a total of 4 coming in and clamping down. And what it does is it makes it easier for you to brake. Not better brakes, but easier to use them. But I really like that. You maybe can't see it on the video because I really can't, but I always have one finger on my brakes constantly. That's just kind of the way I do. That come from my off-road days, and that was a long time ago. But that's where it come from. But because I always had 2 fingers actually covering the brakes, front brake and a clutch, and that translated down to 1 finger. But when I'm riding that ECOTRIC bike, I have 2 fingers on the brakes on that bike because it's a mechanical disc brake. And so I use 2 on that one. But anyway, that just makes them easier. But they're very high class parts, or high caliber parts on these bikes. A very good suspension system. The E-caliber actually has one of the best suspension systems that's integrated into the frame that you can get. It would be way overkill for what I would want. But I believe even the E-caliber is a class 1, which I can deal with a class 1 if I could unlock it. I wouldn't have a problem with a class 1 if I could unlock it to a 25 to 30 miles an hour would be fine. But I'm not sure if you can. These are, I think, Bosch motors going in them, and I'm not sure how tamper-proof they are, you know, because that's what you're doing, is you're tampering with what they set it at the factory. But that's where I think they missed the mark for here in the United States, is especially on the MARLIN, because if you look on their website, the MARLIN, they call it out right there, is very often used as a commuter bike. And I just think a lot of people, there's just too much competition out there that has a better priced e-bike for the commuter crowd. And while these specs are very good, so you are getting a very high caliber bike as far as the parts on it. I don't think that matters so much to most of the people that are using it as a commuter. To the people that are using it as a mountain bike, it does mean something. Oh, what do we got going on up here? Awful slow traffic. Awful slow traffic going on. Uh-oh, must have been an accident. Oh no, that's going into the school. That's from that school opening up, or shutting down for the day. That's what we got. So the traffic is going to be good and busy on this road. So we will have our opportunity to see how these drivers do. You can come around me now, guys, because you got room. And until I can see again, and they are clear. And I'm not talking a whole lot because I am watching my rear view mirror here quite a little. This is not exactly a spot where people know how to ride around cyclists. So you got to kind of encourage them by getting out in the middle of the road. I used to always do that horseback if we had somebody riding on relatively green horses. In some of the areas that we were at, that just wasn't a big deal because folks knew. But some other areas, they weren't quite as smart. I shouldn't say not quite as smart. Not as educated. But anyway, back to the e-bikes. Oh, what did I do? I wasn't supposed to come this way. I was just going right along. We can still make it this way though. Yeah. Because that school letting out, I'll go ahead and run this way and we'll get back in line. But because they say a lot of the Marlins are used for commuters, there's so much online stuff available to them. And quite frankly, there's not a thing in the world wrong with the specs on these online bikes. Do they have a better motor? Well, they have a stronger motor. Well, yeah, but it's a rear hub drive, and we all know rear hub drives, they're not as good. Well, you know, it depends on what you're using them for. I'm not going to say they're not as good. Matter of fact, for a lot of people, they're better. For Michelle, I think they're better. For me, I like my mid drives. So, but that doesn't, you know, that's a personal preference. They're much more maintenance free, that's for sure. So, yeah, but these online bikes, they don't have, their brakes are not as good, their shifters are not as good. True that. Yeah. How many of y'all have problems with your brakes? Not very many, I'll bet. They're good enough. That's for sure. And so, yeah, I think Trek missed the mark. Now, on the flip side of that, we have a major company that has really expanded their e-bike line. You know, they've now got, and I'm going off of memory on this, so forgive me if I get some of this wrong, but they've got your fuel and your rail. That is your that's your high quality mountain bikes. Then you got your Powerfly. That's kind of I think like a little bit enduro-y type. And now the Excalibur and the Marlin. They've also got the Verve. That's a commuter bike. And I believe they have some road bikes that are e-bikes now. So they've really expanded. That's very good for the industry, I can tell you that. So what else is going on? Well, I'm checking out that top tube bag, and I'm not going to put a link to it because I'm not reviewing it yet. I'm just checking it out. Right now, it is a little bit of a disappointment because it was supposed to be a one-piece molded base, and I really thought it was going to be a lot more solid than what it is. And so in that aspect, we got somebody standing up here. Yeah, it looks like it. In that aspect, so far it's a bit of a disappointment. It has a nice zipper on it though, and the touchscreen works very well. I did check that out, but I want to see how solid it stays on there. Yeah, we'll see. So other than that, what else is going on? Well, we're looking at maybe doing a couple of videos while I'm laid up on how we do our editing and things like that. Let me know if that's something you guys would want to see, because I'm pretty convinced anybody can come out here and shoot a few videos. Well, we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, so we're gonna be doing a few videos that basically an update from what we've done before. I gotta tell you, we're really kind of thankful on that. And we've got a major update coming on the filming in the parks. That's a biggie right there. That one's taking a little time to put together. But other than that, that's pretty much what we got rolling right now. So I think I'm gonna just wrap it up on that. Like I said, I'm out here just enjoying this gorgeous day. Get me one more ride in. And so I'm gonna continue on. I'll catch up with you on the next one. And hey, until that next time, Southern E-Biking telling you, stay safe, God bless, and keep the wheels a rolling. Once again, we're out.